turned down James Bond.
Not really.
Yes, really.
No.
You're being humble.
I got a call from my agent saying they're interested in you for Bond, and they want to know if it's something you're interested in.
Right.
And I took that as they're going to ask. It's a bit like the Secret Service. They don't want to offer it to you, and you say no.
Right.
So
no one wants to be rejected.
They were canvassing 6 or 7 people, and at the time, I was like, well, I've got X-Men, and I know I'm going to an X-Men 2.
Right.
I actually rang Russell and got advice from him about it. I said, man, what do you think I should do? And he said to me, he goes, you make sure you know the direction it's going in, man, because you're going to be, if you say yes to that and it works, you've got X-Men Bond, X-Men Bond, X-Men Bond. So you want to make sure you're doing something that you really love. And I remember going back and saying, I said, okay, before I say yes or no, like, who's directing it and where are we at? And I thought it kind of needed a bit of a change.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, no, you just sign on. I was like, it's not for me. And in my head, I remember saying to my agent, I said, I feel it's got to go back to being a little more Sean Connery. There's a little tougher and maybe, anyway. So I go to see Casino Royale. I was like, oops.
Yeah. Is that the worst feeling? Or at this point, you don't give a shit? I mean, because...
No, that was fine. The worst feeling was watching Chicago, because I'd weirdly come... I never thought I would do musicals. That was a huge shock to me that I got into musicals, right?
Yeah.
So but now I've got offers in movies and I can do musicals, and I'm thinking, well, hopefully I'll get to do a movie musical. And that one came to me. And I thought I was way too young. Well, I was too young. I was 30, playing the part, and he's got a line, the character, he goes, I've seen it all, kid, to Renee Zellweger. And I was like, I'm the same age as this guy. I'm a 30-year-old lawyer. Yeah. I said, I don't think I can pull that off.
Right.
And when I went to watch the movie, my palms were sweating, because the moment it opened up, I was going, oh, I really should have just said, let's put some makeup on, let's go old.
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst
And by the way, Richie Gibb was so perfect for it. I actually kind of a bit disappointed myself. I tell you that story, but I've told it before, but otherwise I wouldn't, because I always think it's a little, Richie Gere's at home going, really, dude? Like, you're telling the world, like, you were offered a first? Like, thanks, pal.
But I think that there's such a passage of time, and the guy was so successful with it that you're not. I don't think you're hurting him by saying that.
Don't think
and I bet you
either.
Daniel Craig doesn't give a shit either. You know what I mean?
No, he doesn't. We're good mates. And by the way, he would have got the same call I got. Right. I have since heard a bunch of people got that call.